What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Neve Campbell officially stating she will not be in the movie. Now, I want to read her entire quote, and I want to talk about it, kind of go through some of the conspiracies, talk about what exactly she meant. The original things on Twitter don't exactly paint a clear picture of what she's talking about when she says offer. I do believe it's money, and I think this quote kind of will clarify it. So let's read it, and then we'll talk about it right after. So she says, as a woman, I have had to work extremely hard in my career to establish my value, especially when it comes to Scream. I felt the offer that was presented to me did not equate to the value I have brought to the franchise. It's been a very difficult decision to move on. To all my Scream fans, I love you. You've always been so incredibly supportive to me. I'm forever grateful to you and to what this franchise has given me for the past 25 years. And that was the end of the quote. Now, so again, in my opinion, and I think it's pretty clear after reading that, offer means money, right? That there was a pitch of how much money she was going to make, and she turned it down. And the thing is, it doesn't exactly sound all that great. Now, that's the biggest thing to me is, burning, basically. You don't want to burn the bridges of the person, besides the character of Ghostface, the person that made the franchise. It's a really bad look, I think. Look, you can defend whoever you want. You can defend the situation. You cannot defend the situation. It's not a good look. It just isn't, okay? When you have the star, and there could be reasons. Maybe they offered. Now, here's the thing, all right? And funny story, behind-the-scenes story. I actually made this video, the entire video. I recorded it, and then I found kind of additional details, so I was just going to remake it. So I'm going to say similar things to what I just said to myself, but you guys won't hear that. All right, well, let me walk you through this, because I think this is an interesting possibility. In Scream 5, right, and because we don't know. We truly do not know this. I wonder how much money she made in Scream 5. Again, we don't know, but here's the thing. Her role was significantly reduced, obviously, right, in 5. The time on screen in 5 is not the same as 4, is not the same as 3, so on, so on, all right? So my question is, does she have, and actors and actresses do they have a rate? I'm sure she does. Does the rate apply no matter how long you're in the movie? And so what I mean by that is, all right, Neve Campbell walks on the set of Scream 5, or, she's signing the contract of Scream 5, Scream 2022, and she says, no matter if I'm in the movie for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, I make this amount. Say $5 million. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more, maybe it's somewhere, close to it. That's okay. So that's what she says. And they say, all right, well, you're in it for 12. I think the official time is like 11 to 13 minutes, somewhere in that range. All right, so you're in it for like 13 minutes. We'll give you $5 million. And again, it doesn't matter if she was in it for 5 minutes. She wanted the same amount. If she's in it for 30 minutes, she wanted the same amount. Now I don't know that. I'm wondering, and I think that's probably how it goes. Now you fast forward to here. Now the question is, what happened with the script? Because while she's talking, I think generally in the statement about money, I'm also interested in what does that mean about the actual script of the movie. So if her offer was low, what was her role in the film? Now, again, though, that goes back to the question of, well, does it matter? So if she's in the film for like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, maybe she's a cameo, and I don't know, and it's kind of even weird to think about, because it's like, how do you which path do you even go down? Because if she's in it for like 5 minutes, she's not complaining about her time on screen in this statement. No, maybe she's thinking it, but she didn't say it. She's not complaining about how much time she's in it, but she is complaining about how much money she made or she was offered. And again, though, it's like, well, does she have the rates? So it's the same thing as Scream 5. So, okay, you're Neve Campbell, you make Scream 5, now you go into Scream 6, and you say, all right, same thing. I don't care if you reduce me even further. I'm in it for 12 minutes. If you put me in it for 6 minutes, I still get the $5 million. And I'm just using that number, right? I still get it. It doesn't matter. I don't care if I'm in it for 2. And by the way, okay, because I think some people could look at that maybe as greedy. I think in some circumstances there's examples where you could look at it as greed. I don't see that here. Again, she's like the face of the franchise. She made the franchise. She deserves it. She's worked very, very hard for this stuff. I don't look at this as greed, where it's like, oh man, she's demanding $10 million and they're giving her $8.5, and she's like, screw you, I'm leaving. I don't see it as that kind of pettiness. I see it as and here's the thing. Actually, it goes full circle. I really think they hurt her. That's the scary thing going forward, is I don't feel like it was like they were $100,000 off, or it was something minor. I think they really shocked her with the money. And here's the thing. You can negotiate. That's the other. Oh my! The more I think about it, actually, the more it does make me upset. And like, what in God's name is the studio thinking? Because so you can negotiate. Her offer's 5. They say, well, hey, look, and maybe you get it from their side. They say, hey, look, you're in it for 5 minutes. We can't give you 5 minutes. And I'm just saying, right? We can't give you this amount of money for 5 minutes. We have to go lower. And she says, no, I'm not doing it. Maybe they find a spot in between, whatever. But obviously, in those contract discussions, there was a thing where they came in so low, or they wouldn't budge, or she wouldn't budge, or whatever. But it's like, again, can we say it again? It's a bad look. She's your star. Now, she's not necessarily your star anymore, right? I don't want to be completely blind or dumb to the situation, right? Where it's like, I understand, like, they're going with Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega. Those are the 2 stars, all right? That's pretty clear, okay? And it's a pretty good duo. I think Jenna Ortega, amazing star power, so I think it's a smart move. But she's still the face of the franchise. People know Scream because of Sydney, Ghostface, Billy and Stu. Like, these are the people they know. So it's like, to do this to the human being Neve Campbell, and also to do it on the statement, to go live the day the movie is filming, is a horrible, horrible look. It just is. And here's the thing. Here's one of the final things I want to say. I know there's been a lot of the speculation or conspiracies in terms of defending the studio or defending the creative team or whatever about like a grand plan for 5, 6, 7, right, to make like a trilogy. And here's the thing. I think the writing team, right, could have had or still can have a plan for 5, 6, 7. But the issue is, did you tell anybody about the plan, or did you just keep it to yourselves? Because if you had a plan, it's tough, because do you blame the studio? I know there was some reports that said, besides this statement, that said it was the studio, like the higher ups, that wouldn't pay her. We're not talking about the directors. We're not talking about the writers. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, duh. Like, of course, they are not the ones who pay the salary. Like, everybody knows that. So I don't really know if I can read into that or not. But it's like, well, if you're the creative team or you're the directors, do you shouldn't you have some point gone to Neve and said, okay, here's the plan. So 5 is like a Dewey movie in terms of the OG. He's going to lead it. 6, we're thinking about Courtney. We're going to ask her. We're going to get Gail, and she's going to kind of be the lead. You're going to be the lead in 7. Now, here's the deal. Because of how we're doing this, we want kind of all of you to have similar screen time in 5. But then in 6, we're really going to push Gail, and you're going to take a really big back seat. Now, what that could mean, Neve, is that they're not going to offer you as much money, because our plan is kind of to have you in the movie for like 5 minutes. Is that fine? And then for 7, we will bring you back, and you will be like big. You'll be like one of the leads. Like, you'll have a lot of screen time. Sound good? Like, couldn't you have told her? Because I feel like some sort of discussion would have been, and that's the thing. I know I'm going in circles, by the way. I'm sorry. The thing to me that really stands out is maybe it's literally just a money game with her. Maybe it's literally, she's again looking at the paper and saying, that's not $5 million. I know I keep going back to the number. It's not $5 million. It's $3 million. I said 5. It could be that. But it's also kind of confusing, because it's like, does she know what her role was supposed to be in the film? Was she supposed to be in the film because if I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of questions still, because it's like, well, if I'm an actor, okay, which I never will be. If I'm an actor and I look and I'm like, well, I'm in the movie for 5 minutes. I'm not in it a lot. So it's like, all right, well, I guess I deserve to be paid less money. I don't know. Would I think that way? Would that even come to me? Was it even worse than we think, where maybe she was in the movie an okay amount? Maybe we're talking similar screen time to Scream 5, which is an okay amount, and they wanted to lowball her. Now, something like that is probably worst case scenario. I'm not saying it happened, but I'm saying you cannot throw out the possibility. It's a scary scenario where what if it was very similar, her role in Scream 5 to Scream 6, but they said, yeah, you know what, though? We need to kind of shave your salary by like 40, 45% though, Neve. And she's like, are you serious? I don't know. I don't know really how to read it, but here's the good news. The good news in terms of me making my point and me being right. No matter what, it's not good news in general. No matter what happened, it's not a good look. It's a scary look. It's a very bad look for the movie. It's a bad look when you see general audiences see not only now does the star not going to be in it, but the star also doesn't seem very happy with them. Also, even worse thing is if there is a grand plan to bring her back for the next movie, you better hope she still likes you. And again, I'm not necessarily talking about if she likes the directors or the cast or the writers or anything. Does she still want to work with you in general? Did you burn that bridge? Because if you burnt the bridge on Neve Campbell, you don't deserve to have the license of Scream. Is that fair to say? I think it's very fair to say. If you upset her so much to the point of never coming, which we won't know until 7. But if you upset her to the point of not coming back, you need the movie removed from you. And that's, by the way, outside of how you feel about the actual film of 5, which was mixed. I mean, I generally did like it for sure. Some people hated it. Some people loved it. But no matter how you feel about it, if you're going to do this on the side, don't make these movies. And again, I'm not talking about the directors or the writing team. I'm talking about the executives that have the rights. They should not have the rights, which ultimately would trickle down to everybody working on it would not be working on it, which is a tough trade-off, but it's something that I will definitely do because you do not do this to somebody like a Neve Campbell. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know it's controversial, but you know what? I said I was going to be a little bit more controversial when I came back, and now here we are. So that's it. I mean, at this point, I don't even know if we should expect her back for 7, because if she does come back for 7, you would assume needs to be a good script. She can't die, which again, I mean, that could have even been a possibility here. We don't know for sure. Doesn't seem like that, but it could be. And then also, you better offer her a boatload of money because it seems like you've upset her, and I don't think she's going to come back for the normal rate anymore. You may need to up it, which, by the way, I side with her. And all of this, I side with her. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know when all these videos go up. And I hope to see you all on the next one.